In order to stay within YouTube guidelines, this video has been heavily edited. If you would like to see the full uncensored version, you can find that on my Patreon, right there. The title of the video wasn't bait. Pruning can help you maximize your grow lights in your space, which can result in bigger yields, denser flowers, more trichome production, aroma, and even better expression of color. Now, even though I've been growing for 12 years, I'm not a botanist, but I do know that pruning and overall training was a game changer and improved the overall quality of my grows. And this all has to do with natural chemicals within the plant called growth hormones. Uninterrupted, a cannabis plant grows vertically with one main leading stem. At the top of the plant, there's an apical meristem that leads the growth. And this is because a lot of the hormones that drive that growth are affected by gravity. And the higher the position of that apical meristem, the more hormones it's going to receive, or the type of hormones that make it stretch anyway. Now, the lower part of the plant also creates auxiliary branching at the node, and you can find apical meristems growing here too. They just don't grow as fast as the top. Now, left alone, the cannabis plant usually grows into a pine tree shape, and the intensity of the light is a major factor in the flower size, density, trichome production, aroma, expression of color, and even potency. The problem is when you grow indoor, you don't have the power of the sun. So in order to maximize the space and the light that you do have to train your plant so all the flowers receive the same amount of light intensity, therefore ensuring a better quality yield. Pruning allows you to manipulate those growth hormones and shape your plant into a form that allows more flowers to receive that intense light uninterrupted. Now, in video 1 we topped, and topping is basically a less stressful way of pruning, but pruning allows you to shape your plant in a way that topping can't. And used together, in combination, it becomes a powerful tool. Now, the best way I can explain it is like this. There's lots of apical meristems, or growth sites, on your plant. And the higher the position of those growth sites, the more energy or hormones are allocated to that location. The top grows faster than the bottom. Cutting off the top apical meristem redirects that energy to the lower stems. Cutting off the lower stems redirects that energy to the top. That easy. But let me give you a visual example. And we're going to use topping in combination. Again, if you haven't seen that video, it's right there. Let's start with an uninterrupted plant. We topped and created a bushier plant. There's auxiliary branching growing off the nodes. The space between the two nodes is called the internode, but that's just so you know what it's called. It doesn't matter. If you cut right here, the growth hormones that were once allocated to the top of that branch now get moved to the lower part of the branch and the nodes directly below it, which means the apical meristems on these nodes will grow a lot faster. Now, this is very similar to pruning. It's just a little bit more stressful because now you're cutting these developed branches. But in this technique, we created a much bushier, wider plant. Now, I'm also sure that you've seen the lollipop technique, where people trim up the bottom of the plant in order to force those hormones to the top, so they get more growth up top. It's the same principle and idea. Trimming the apicals at the bottom will force the hormones to the top. And the overall goal in vegetative stage is to create a bushy plant with even branch development. But in flowering stage, pruning can be used to create bigger flowers. And it's the same principle. Redirect those growth hormones. For this reason, I usually top up to the 3rd or 4th node in flower, because anything that grows below that 3rd and 4th node doesn't really receive the amount of light necessary to grow to its full potential. And I know a lot of guys like to talk about under canopy lighting, but honestly, I think that's ridiculous. I think there's a market for that, and it's a way to make you spend money, because nothing is going to beat the tops. And this is a very good example of a top flower and one that didn't receive as much light. Look at the density, look at the color, look at the trichome production. Of course, these techniques have to be used in combination in order to maximize it, and one we haven't talked about yet is LST. If you want me to make a video on LST, go ahead and comment in the comment section, and I'll get working on that. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.